G'day everyone, welcome to the Eternal Gathering. This is another deck tech by yours truly, the Gatherer. And today we are going to look at a Gideon Weenie deck that I have created and has been performing quite well in the current meta. It's pretty much a white Weenie deck with Gideon Tribal thrown into there. Some removal to get rid of the opponent's creatures, and let's just get right into it. So basically you got your Planeswalkers, you got Gideon Blackblade, you got three of Gideon of the Trials, and 3 Gideon Ally of Zendikar. You've also got Gideon, Hero of Across, which turns into Gideon Battleforged. So with this deck in the spells, we've got Shadow the Scar, which destroys all creatures. You also get to draw a card, or each player gets to draw a card. They have a creature power 4 or greater. So you could use this if you really need to destroy all creatures whilst keeping your Gideons alive, since they have indestructible as a creature form, and also drawing a card. Also, Gideon of the Trials is very good in terms of its ability to have you not be able to lose the game and your opponent not be able to win the game as long as you control a Gideon. That is an emblem. It's very good against the inverter decks at the moment with Thassa's Oracle, seeing as they can't beat you with their combo unless they kill the Gideons first. Creatures wise, some low drops. So you got Kithium. Thorium Inspector is really good 1-drop, giving you a bit of card draw for later in the game. Handwear Militia Captain is good to put some more bodies on the battlefield if it goes to a longer game. Thali's Lieutenant pumps your team and gets pumped itself. Benelish Marshal also pumping your team. We've got 2 Heart of Kirans as well, being able to use them in conjunction with the Gideons, making them lose a loyalty counter to Cruet and sort of crewing for 3. Also that 1-drop, Legion's Landing, getting a 1/1 white vampire with lifelink, also being able to flip this into a land. As you can see in the land section, we've got Castle Ardenvale as well, being able to produce tokens, so your Legion's Landing and Castle Ardenvale can go for the long game and try and put out more tokens to overwhelm your opponent. Only 18 lands, however you do have the Legion's Landing to be able to flip later on in the game. Spells wise, we have Declaration of Stone, being able to remove, especially if they have tokens themselves, get rid of all the tokens. They won't get any clue tokens. The clue tokens don't make too much of a difference against your opponent. Usually you're going 1-for-1 with the Declaration Stone, but if you can get 2 creatures with 1 Declaration Stone, it's really strong, and it kind of swings the game around in your favor. A Break of Formation to give you guys indestructible in case you want to keep them alive from a board wipe. Also putting +1/+1 counters on each creature, pumping the team. Brave the Elements, really good against removal. Also a way to go through without getting blocked if you're versing like the mono green or mono black or mono red decks. Just choose the color that your opponent's playing, and all your creatures are now unblockable and can go for the win. And that is the main board there. Also Conclave Tribunal, trying to get rid of opponents' Planeswalkers as well, as anything else that might not be a creature. The sideboard, Deafening Silence to stop the Lotus Breach decks from going off. Grafdigger's Cage, the same reason, and also against any Heliod Company decks or Bant Spirits. Pithy Needle to combat any Planeswalkers that may be annoying you in the matchup that you're playing. Immolating Glare adds some more removal if you need to, especially against the red decks. Rest in Peace, again, stopping the combo decks of Lotus Breach and also Demi Inverters, making them play the long game. Sundering Growth as a way to destroy artifacts or enchantments. Also the ability to populate is actually very much a good thing for this deck, since you're making a lot of tokens. and then Leyline of Sanctity to stop Thought Seizers as well as burn spells coming to your face. So there you go. There is the deck itself. 61 card main board, 15 in the sideboard. I'm just going to quickly also look at your mana curve here. As you can see, 4-drop is the highest with Gideon being there in Conclave Tribunal. However, Conclave Tribunal, you can also utilize its Convoke ability to put it down for less than a 4-drop. You got a lot of 1 and 2 drops and 3 drops as well. So it's a relatively low mana curve, therefore the low land count. This deck plays 13 mythics in the main, 22 rares in the main, 6 uncommons and 4 commons in the main. In the sideboard, 2 commons, 4 uncommons and 9 rares. You're looking at a relatively good price for this deck, according to Energy Goldfish, about $200, and that's, yeah, you're probably seeing about $200 to $250 for this deck. So it is a deck that is performing well in the current meta. Like I said, it's good against the Dominion Inverter decks, especially with Gideon of the Trials. Being able to play that Planeswalker and ultimate it, and then playing some more Planeswalkers on top of that, it's very difficult for that other deck to kind of come back from that if you're able to get a couple of Gideons on the battlefield, and then play your removal and creatures as well. I know it's also good against decks like the Lotus Breach deck, also giving them a way to try and win the game without going off, because they have to kill the Gideon as well. So there you have it, guys. A little quick deck tech. I've decided just to do these quick 5 to 10 minute deck techs. Not really showing any gameplay. It's taking a bit too much time to be able to edit those videos, and unfortunately I don't have the time to do that currently with work. So just as always, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Give this video a share. Let your friends know. More deck techs like this will be coming out in the future. And as always, everything on the stack has resolved, and good games, everyone.